Hello,
today
Beth.
we'll be
Welcome to
down
sunny
under
Sydney.
Oh,
thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Paul Rushworth Brown, and welcome to History, Bards and Down Under interviews. I am here with a wonderful author who's written a fantastic book, and I'm so thrilled to speak to him today, Travis Davis. Welcome to the show, Travis.
Paul, thank you very much for having me, and thanks for the kind words about my book.
Books for men who don't read, and I think this book would be a prime example of a book that should be on there.
Right. Matter of fact, so my childhood friend, he doesn't read much. He got the book, and his wife said he actually read it and loved it. So so that's a perfect point right there. And by the way, folks, we didn't even talk about this before. That's a perfect point.
Even when I mentioned on social media that you were coming on the show, I mean, there was comments left, right, and center. You know, can you share this? Can you share this? So there's a lot of people out there really interested to find out more about your book. So one of four. Just give us a bit of a rundown.
Yeah. So the title One of Four comes from the fact that in October 1921, 4 unknown soldiers were exhumed from the 4 national cemeteries in France. Out of those 4, 1 was chosen for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Washington, D.C. This is his story. Yeah, well, it was a diary that I made up based on historical facts.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
And from what I understand about the book, obviously he was killed, but a young French girl actually found the diary.
Yes. So she witnessed the bravery of him with his soldiers as they got killed, and she wanted to try to help them because they'd done so much for her country, and she felt they were almost the same age as her. So she ran out there and tried to help them, but the sheer carnage because of modern warfare, World War I was the first modern warfare, machine guns, accurate artillery, that she couldn't do it. She just knelt and prayed, and then she tried to go out there, wanted to help. They were already gone, and out in the outstretched hands of that soldier that she saw being a hero or heroic was his Bible or his diary. And each soldier in World War I was given a diary to write their feelings, trying to help them with the 1,000-yard stare or shell shock, whatever you want to call it. And she heard a voice, and not an angry voice, but a young, soothing voice of a young man saying, "Pick it up, pick it up." So she takes it, and she can't read English, right? But she takes it and keeps it for safekeeping.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Now, you were in the military yourself for quite a while, weren't you?
Yeah. 20 years. 20 years I was I quit high school in 11th grade on a Friday. Tuesday I was in basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky. And at the time, it was called 11 Delta. They switched over to 19 Delta, so Armored Reconnaissance Specialist. So I spent a large portion of my time patrolling the east-west German border.
Okay.
During the Cold War.
Okay. Thank you for your service. I think that's what the Americans always say to each other if they've been in the armed services.
A two-part historical novel by Julian Delamotte immerses readers in the turbulent period leading to the Norman conquest of England in 1066. The novel vividly portrays a kingdom in crisis invaders. With meticulous research, Senlak brings to life the battles and intricate politics of the era. This meticulously crafted work is poised to be a landmark in historical fiction, captivating fans with its authenticity and emotional depth.
Julian Delamotte was born in University of York. Charles McClare, nominated for the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, said, "Somehow Julian summons up an image of the Europe of 1,000 years ago."
And what happens is, the father and son are in Paris on a last trip to try to get together, very estranged. And they decide to walk into the bookstore in Paris, which is still around today. And I actually went to Paris this summer and gave them a book.
Okay.
What a book. And so they go in there and the son just feels gravitated towards the back of the thing in the Bible. They buy it and it opens up and it's a diary. And the father can see something in his son's eye that he hadn't saw in a long time, as interest and really enthusiasm. And it's like, he says, "Hey, Dad, I want to be read. It wants me to read it." You can feel it. And so they decide to retrace the soldier's footsteps while they're in France. And it brings them back together because now the son can see what war did to his dad, why his dad is like he is. But then also opens his eyes to history. His ability to be a soldier, to advance to the rank of corporal, and have him lead soldiers in combat. The character had no attributes at all. I don't know if he's left-handed, right-handed, tall, skinny. I don't know anything about him. And I did that purposely because I had to maintain the who that soldier is actually in the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. That was the utmost thing that I had to do.
Step into the rugged world of Plymouth, 1620, where Sarah, a courageous woman, embarks on an unforgiving journey in the New World. Amidst the treacherous unknown, she faces starvation, death, and the harsh realities of early colonial life. On the wings of the red-tailed hawk, masterfully weaves historical authenticity with an inspiring tale of resilience, as Sarah discovers her inner strength to survive against overwhelming odds. This award-winning novel, lauded for its evocative writing and powerful portrayal of women's triumphs in history, is a must-read for lovers of gripping historical fiction. Join Sarah on her harrowing yet empowering journey and witness the indomitable spirit that defines the true pioneers of America.
Yeah. But it does have a couple things where he'll meet, he is in a trench and a guy comes up and the German, and he's going to shoot him, right? And the guy says, stop. I'm an American. He goes, yeah, right. And it happens to be William Dulles, who's the first director of the CIA. And I did some research, and yes, he was in World War II, and he did speak German. So I did a tremendous amount of research. I put the soldier in a scene where a lieutenant won the Medal of Honor. That's true. He met Harry Truman because Harry Truman was artillery officer, and he took him out to a forward observation post and secured it for him. So I wanted to put those things in there, kind of make it, kind of the levity of it, but realistic, because those are real things, are real people. And that's the only names in the book. Sergeant Younger, who was the one who chose the soldier to go to the tomb, October 21st, 1921. And those three are the only names in the book. Everybody else is a rank or a nickname. They
don't quite see the importance of it as much anymore.
So I think by reading one of four, I believe, and I've been, even people that put out some of the Reddit, it needs to be a history book. It needs to be in high school or at least college, because it tells a story in a way that it's a history lesson, but it's a story behind the history lesson. We always should, freedom has a price.
Bards Sing of Love and War is a captivating historical novel set in 11th century Wales, where love, honor, and ambition clash amidst the Norman invasion. As Chief Bard Rodri mentors young Tal, the tale unfolds with political intrigue, familial loyalty, and forbidden romance, centering on Griffith Rhys's quest to reclaim his kingdom and win Gwenllian's heart. Amidst King Henry I's campaigns and betrayals within King Gruffydd Sinan's court, a web of deception, secret marriages, and daring rescues promises to enchant fans of epic romance and adventure.
Baby, You're Worth It follows the heart-wrenching story of Tabitha, a mother whose joy is shattered by unforeseen tragedy during the birth of her second child. Faced with the devastating consequences of medical errors, Tabitha must navigate life-altering decisions, balancing her job, her mother's deteriorating health, and the needs of her children. Amidst pain and trauma, Tabitha embarks on an inspiring journey of courage, love, and resilience to reclaim her happiness and heal what's broken inside.
Human life, and that human life are the sons and daughters that, most part volunteer to do it. And I think it's just a shame. We don't have to have reverence for soldiers, but just something about being able to, sign up for something that what they say is you give a blank check to Uncle Sam, basically, right? So I think it's just important, and I think the way to communicate that with people is to read, but read in a way that's enjoyable, where it's just not a history book, but it's a book about history. It's an emotional book. Because I feel I put my heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to get out of it, that you can learn from history no matter what.
Yeah.
And it could be from the strangest things that you ever think of, as a 106-year-old diary from a soldier can bring a father and son back together.
Yeah, amazing. What's next? What's next for you?
I'm actually writing. I have kind of two books, and I'm thinking about writing a character out of 104, a book, and then I'm also doing a Korean War book.
All right.
Historical fiction.
Wonderful. All right. So, Travis, it's been wonderful having you on the show.
Well, thank you.
I'm definitely going to read that book because, as I say, my great grandfather was in World War One, and I'd like to get get your insight after all the research into what his day-to-day life was. So thanks for being on the show, and great to meet you, and good luck with the rest of your novels.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers. Bye.